Hey, Force Sensitives. I'm Darth and Magnus. Welcome back to my channel and my workshop. Yes, you heard the word workshop, so you already know this is going to be another lightsaber modification video. Yes, I love making these videos for you guys. And I told you when I showed you guys the Spectre lightsaber that I can't wait to start making all these lightsaber modifications, and I got another one for you guys today. I called this lightsaber the Crimson Dawn, okay? So here we go. The Crimson Dawn. I'm going to take a picture of this and leave it in the thumbnail like I always do for these lightsaber modification videos. So let me break down the lightsaber hilt for you guys. Alright, speaking of hilts, I took the Spectre lightsaber and I used the hilt as the foundation for the blade, okay? Next I removed the pommel and I replaced it with the pommel from the Crimson Scorpion. I really am a fan of these studs that stick out of this pommel. I love them, they're awesome, alright? So the next thing I did was I removed the emitter, and I took the emitter from the Malice Lightsaber, which was Darth Malgus' lightsaber in Star Wars The Old Republic games. I put that on there. Alright, so this is my saber with sound. Okay, so let me power it up real quick. This is why I call it the Crimson Dawn. Alright, got a nice fire orange blade. I took the crimson for the name because of the Crimson Scorpion. I just wanted to have that little name on there. And then a fire orange blade for the dawn. Alright. Power this off all the way. Alright, so with this fire orange blade, I am going to be showing you guys a 30 move demonstration today, okay? Now, before I get any further into the video, allow me to break down the format of today's video. If you're new, please stick around so I can explain to you guys what's going to be happening in the next few minutes. If you're not new, you already know what I'm going to say, so I will see you guys in that first demonstration. Okay, so speaking of demonstrations, even though this is a lightsaber modification video, I still like doing demonstrations for you guys just so you can see how the lightsaber itself handles. Me, myself, personally, I find it best when I just grip it right around here, right where the emitter meets the hilt, okay? With the Malice hilt, excuse me, with the Malice emitter being on top, you know, it's pretty decently heavy towards there, so I feel like when I grab it right here, I got a nice center of gravity so I can move around. Alright, I figured I would tell you guys that. But anyways, back to the demonstrations, okay? I'm getting way ahead of myself. I know I do this all the time. I just ramble. Let's get into the demonstrations, okay? Speaking of demonstrations, we got 3 of them to get through, alright? The first one I call the confusing demonstration. Why confusing? Why is this always hard? Well, I call it the confusing demonstration because I use my own terminology and my own jargon to describe the movements. Allow me to give you guys a small sample size of what I'm talking about. So I'm going to call my right hand my rear hand, alright, and my left hand my lead hand. Even though my right hand is out in front of me, I'll explain that why later in the format section of the video. But, for example, you got your right hand on the blade, or rear hand. Alright, now say you want to do a rear jab to the head, it will look like this. A rear hook to the head, like so. Rear back hook to the body, like that. Rear jab to the body, like that. Even a rear pommel strike, like that, okay? Now we're going to be doing some two-handed movements also with this demonstration. So my right hand is going to be on top with my left or lead hand on bottom. Now, due to my rear hand being on top, it's the one that's in control, so the commands are going to come from the rear hand, like so. Rear hook to the head, rear back hook to the head, rear slash from right to left, okay? Even a rear high block, rear block to the right. All right, we're doing all that fun stuff today in this demonstration, okay? But yeah, I'm going to go through all 30 moves individually and break them down move by move and describe them to you guys as thoroughly as I possibly can. Let me know down in the comments if I'm doing a good job with describing the movements, alright? If I can do better, I will do better, alright? So, after the end of the first demonstration, if you're still confused, That's all right, you know, don't worry about it because we have the second demonstration, which is known as the counting demonstration. Now in this counting demonstration, we're just going to go through the movements and we're just going to count the moves one by one, okay? So you won't have my weird terminology or jargon confusing you guys in the second demonstration. It's going to look and sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way until we reach that 30th move at a nice slow pace, so that way you guys at home can mimic my movements, okay? And after that second demonstration, we will come to our third and final demonstration, which is known as the fun demonstration. Yes, all right, I love the fun demonstration. What's a fun demonstration? Well, it's where I shut off the lights. I'll finally turn this light on since this is my saber with sound. I'm gonna refrain from turning it on during those first two demonstrations, so that way you guys at home can hear my instructions clearly. But in that final demonstration, I'm gonna turn that light on, and then you guys will get to see the 30 move demonstration in full. Shortly after that, I will end the video, all right? 2 more things to get through before we get into that first confusing demonstration. Is that, like I was saying before, I am going to call my right hand my rear hand. So just think, R and R, rear, right. Same thing goes for my right foot. I'm gonna call it my rear foot. Now when it comes to my left hand, I'm going to be calling it my lead hand. So just think, L and L, lead, left. Same thing goes. For my left foot, I'll be calling it my lead foot. We got 2 kicks involved with this demonstration, plus foot placements I will be describing to you guys, so it's important that you guys know that. The reason why I have it set up this way is that I suffer from short-term memory loss, so always calling my right hand my rear hand and my left hand my lead hand, it just clicks up here in the brain for me. That's why I can memorize you know, these 30 move demonstrations, things like that, all right? It just makes it easier on me. But that's why I do that, all right? One more thing to get through before we begin that first demonstration is something I like to call the shuffling effect. Now, I will let you guys know when we are utilizing the shuffling effect, okay? So basically what's going to happen, make sure you guys can see my feet. Yeah, okay. So, for example, I am going to say rear jab head shuffling forwards. What's going to happen is that your front foot is going to move first and your back foot will follow, like so. Rear jab to the head shuffling forwards. Rear jab to the head shuffling forwards. Now when we're backing up, the opposite will be true. Your back foot's going to move first and then your front foot will follow, like so. Rear high block shuffling backwards. Rear high block shuffling backwards. All right, you guys are pretty smart. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. You don't need to have me keep, you know, shuffling back and forth. Let's get into that first confusing demonstration. But first, I'm thirsty. Let me get some water real quick. You knew the water break was coming. You knew it. You knew it. All right. I'm getting all excited, because here comes the fun part. Okay, so in your rear or right hand, we're going to hold the lightsaber hilt in a standard grip. We're going to be, I'm going to say center of the room since it looks like I'm about center of the camera. Get into a good stance. All right, we're going to shuffle backwards as we do a rear high block. Shuffle backwards as we do a rear low block. And shuffle backwards as we do a rear block to the right. Next, we're going to shuffle forwards as we do a rear jab to the head. Bring the lightsaber hilt behind your head, and as you do so, grip it with both hands. Rear hand on top, lead hand on bottom. You're going to do a rear slash from right to left, stationary. All right, then you're going to move your lead foot forward as you do a rear back hook head. Then you're going to move your rear foot forward as you bring the lightsaber hilt behind your head again and do another rear slash from right to left. After that, we're going to shuffle backwards as we do a rear high block. Shuffle backwards as we do another rear high block. Then step back with your rear foot as we do a rear block to the right. Then we're going to step forward with that same rear foot as we do a rear hook to the head. And then we're going to shuffle forwards as we do a rear jab to the head. After that rear jab to the head, I want you to let go with your lead hand. We're going to take our lead foot and we're going to do what I call a front kick, but what some of you guys may know as a Spartan kick. You want to make sure that the heel of your foot is making connection with the mid-stomach to chest level, okay? So, rear jab to the head, shuffling forwards. Take your lead hand off the hilt, all right? And then you will do your lead front kick like so. Okay, one more time. Rear jab to the head, lead front kick. Once you plant your lead foot back on the ground, we're going to pivot to face the opposite direction. We're going to do a stationary rear high block into a stationary rear low block and then a stationary rear block to the right. Next, we're going to shuffle forwards as we do a rear jab to the head. Come around for a rear hook head into a rear back hook body, and then we're going to do a rear jab body. Now we're going to do our second kick, okay? It's going to be another lead front kick. Boom, like so. Once you plant your lead foot back on the ground, we're going to continue to turn in a clockwise motion. Your rear foot is going to step over your lead foot, okay? Let me get a little further back so you guys can actually see me. All right, once your rear foot steps over that lead foot, you're going to take the pommel. We're going to do a rear pommel strike to the head and then a rear back hook head. Now, as we do that rear back hook head, I want you guys to turn so we're facing the opposite direction. How we're going to do that is your rear foot is going to stay planted, and we're going to take our lead foot and we're going to swing it around like that, okay? So, rear pommel strike to the head, rear back hook head, okay? This will be the final direction for the remainder of our demonstration. So, we're going to do another rear high block stationary into a rear low block stationary, and then a rear block from the right stationary. We're going to shuffle forwards again for another rear jab to the head. Bring the lightsaber hilt behind your head and grip it with both hands. Rear hand on top, lead hand on bottom. You're going to do a stationary rear slash from right to left. Move forward with your lead foot as you do a rear back hook to the head. Bring the lightsaber hilt behind your head again, and move forward with your rear foot as we do our final rear slash from right to left. Okay? That's going to be your 30th and final move. Not so bad for a demonstration, right? It's relatively easy. I know if I can do it, you guys can do it. All right, so let me get another sip of water and we'll start on that second demonstration, the counting demonstration. Remember, I'm not going to use my terminology and weird jargon. I'm just going to be counting off the moves all the way until 30, okay? Delicious. Okay, rear hand, standard grip, about the center of the room. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay? All right. So, another sip of water for me. And I'm going to turn this bad boy on, shut off these lights, and we'll get started on that final demonstration. Oh, love me some electrolyte water. Delicious. You guys ready? I almost made the lightsaber noise. I held back. It's so hard not to make that lightsaber noise. Man, I love the engravings on here. Reminds me of my Crimson Reaper. Alright, so I will bow to you, my brothers and sisters in the Force and in the balance. I love it. I love doing this part right here, where you just go like this, and then you turn it to the side so you can see the axe, and then you bow. It's the little things in life, right? It's the little things. Alright, the balance is with me, my friends. With us, I should say. The balance is with us. Okay. You guys ready? Good. we go. Notice how the lightsaber turned off during the demonstration. There's like a certain move that you do with like just this lightsaber hilt with sound, where it shuts off. Like if I do a rear pommel strike to the head and a rear back hook head real quick, it'll shut off. See what I'm saying? And then you just gotta flick your wrist and it'll come right back on. Really weird, right? I think so too. I love how I asked you guys a question and I just assumed that you said yes, it's very weird. No, I was like, yeah, I agree. But let me run through the demonstration again. I'm gonna go a little bit slower so I can avoid this lightsaber from shutting off. This weird lightsaber that I will eventually conquer, and we will not have this problem anymore. All right. Yes! Alright, now shut it off. I love that. You know what I love even more? This part right here. Yeah! Oh man, I'm weird. Alright. So I will bow to you guys again, my brothers and sisters, in the Force and in the balance. Give you guys another good look. Again, I'm gonna take a picture of this and leave it in the thumbnail. You know what? Do this. Show you guys what it looks like without the blade on there. Come on, stupid gloves. Gotcha. So all we gotta do is just unscrew right there. Holds the blade in place. Here we are. Crimson Dawn. Just think of that. Just right there. I'm so weird. I love it. But also I used a heavy grade polycarbonate blade today. Ultra Edge. So, just screw this back on. So, what'd you guys think of the 30 move demonstration that we did today? Cool, not cool, easy, too difficult? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know what you guys thought of the Crimson Dawn lightsaber. Again, I'm going to take a picture of this and leave it in the thumbnail. I know I said that at least one time before. I can't remember if I said it any more than that. I probably did. This is what I have to deal with. This memory stuff. But like I said, there's little tricks I can do. Always calling my right hand my rear hand, my left hand my lead hand. You know, I can offset the memory loss a little bit. And as long as I continue to practice the choreography constantly, it's been about, an hour since I started doing the choreography, minus like 20 minutes of filming. So like 40 minutes doing the choreography, which isn't so bad. It used to be like an hour and a half for me to practice choreography, especially for doing 30 moves. So at least I know I'm getting a little bit better day by day. All right. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of today's lightsaber mod in the comments below. I'm Darth and Magnus. May the Force be with you, and may that balance keep you, my friends. Yes, I am wearing the Eternal Brotherhood of the Balance little button today. All right. So if you have any questions about the Eternal Brotherhood of the Balance, it's a Force sect that me and my shadow hand made up. Oh wow, yeah, last like spring, not this year, 2023. But yeah, it's been a while. All right, yeah, it has been. But if you guys are interested in joining the Eternal Brotherhood of the Balance, let me know down in the comments below. I got a couple questions to ask you guys first. See if your philosophical views align with ours, with the balance and everything that deals with it. All right, and we'll get going. But anyways, again, I'm Darth and Magnus. May the Force be with you, and may that balance keep you, my friends. You guys, take care.